What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about push-ups. Push-ups are a fundamental movement pattern that we use in strength to transition the athlete to the barbell bench press. Well, why do we like push-ups so much? Push-ups teaches the athlete full body position. Full body position means a straight alignment from their head to their toes. Next, it also teaches them tension. More tension equals more strength. So it teaches the athlete how to use their body as a single unit and create as much tension as possible while in that good position. Next, it teaches the athlete how to create torque at the shoulders. Now, you've all heard the coaching cue, break the bar, try to break the bar, try to pull the bar apart. All that is doing is trying to generate torque at the shoulder to lock that shoulder in place and pull the shoulder blades back and down so the athlete has a really strong foundation to drive heavier weights. Finally, we want to control that eccentric phase of the movement, so it teaches the athlete how to pull the bar down to their chest as opposed to letting gravity just drop and get the bar to the chest as fast as possible. We want to teach control, and push-ups allow us to do all these things just by how we do them. So I'm going to show you how we do push-ups, and then we're going to transition to one of my favorite push-up variations that most directly translates to the barbell bench press. All right, so when we set up on the push-ups, first thing I want you to notice is we're going to create a nice straight alignment from the head to the toes. And all we have to do in this position, we're going to set up on in quadruped, hands and knees on the ground. And all we're going to do is we're going to straighten one leg out at a time. Just like that. Now all I want you to think about is I don't want to lose that neutral alignment of my lumbar. I just want to extend the hip and keep that straight position. If we had a dowel rod, we put the dowel rod on the athlete's back and we make contact with the back of their head, between their shoulder blades, and right on their tailbone. So we want a nice straight alignment. Let's go quadruped again, hands and knees, and all you're going to do is just straighten out. Okay, come back down. So that teaches position. Now we're going to create tension. First thing I want you to think about is at the shoulder. How do we get torque at the shoulder? And all we have to do is externally rotate the hands. Look at my fingers, and I also want you to look at the position of the inside of my elbow. So when I get in position, just watch this simple movement here. When I externally rotate my hands, look at my fingers. They kind of make an arc, okay? That means I'm gripping the ground, grabbing the ground, trying to get anchored into the ground and get as much tension as I can. Now, watch the position of my elbows. If I'm not flared out here into a bodybuilding push-up and I'm back on my lats and my triceps more, watch the elbow position here. Watch. See how it rolls around? Good, that's what I want. So I want to drive that external rotation of the shoulder, get on that lat and lock it down. And we can see that just by the fingers, creating an arc because I'm grabbing the ground and twisting, and also the position of the inside of the elbow. If I'm doing it right, it should come around. Okay, it shouldn't be out here. It should come right around. So let's start over. We're going quadruped again. Okay, now we get torque. See that? Torque. Good. Now, once we have position, once we have torque, now we're going to control that eccentric phase and pull ourselves down into the bottom position of the lift. And what I want you to think about is don't lead with the nose, lead with the chest. Okay, so the chest and the nose should hit the ground at the same time. Okay? So let's start over. We've got quadruped. We got position. We got torque. Now we're coming right down. Up. 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 Good. So you see how simple we can transition from not being able to do a push-up to doing it absolutely correct with good position, tension, and control. I want to show you one of my favorite push-up variations that has the most carryover to the barbell bench press. And we're talking specificity. We know that we have to get the bar into our hands. So one of our favorite push-up variations is push-ups with our hands on the barbell at the low position of the power cage with the feet elevated. In this position, it teaches again the athlete to control their entire body, to maintain position, and now we can use a bar to create torque at the shoulders, just like we did on the ground. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up in the cage with our hands on the barbell and our feet elevated. And I want you to notice how I generate torque at the shoulders and how I keep and maintain position. So now you see, when I have that bar, it becomes much easier for me to set position of the shoulder and to use the bar to create torque at the shoulders. Next thing I want to show you is a few different ways you can overload this pattern according to the athlete's weaknesses or to teach them position. So 3 ways to overload the movement if the athlete is weak in the triceps or upper back is to add chains, an elastic band, or an Olympic plate put right on their back. So I'm just going to show you a few reps with this and with the elastic bands. So if the athlete has a weak lower back, they have poor core stability, or they have trouble keeping that nice straight position from their head to their heels, we're going to use a chain, place it across their hips, and pull them into that compensation. That'll force them to drive back into a better position and create more tension to lock that position into place. So those are some tips and tricks to get better at push-ups. Push-ups are great for teaching athletes position, tension, and control through the full range of motion for the bench press. That's why we use it as a fundamental movement pattern and as a progression to executing the barbell bench press. And when we're talking specificity, the best push-up variation you can do is the one utilizing an actual barbell. This is Smitty. Check out our new strength DVD at strengthdvd.com. Jody and I have been working on this project for the last year. We're really proud of it, and we know it's going to help a lot of people.